There is a specific window, that allows some retirees to collect up to $40,000 more from Social Security over the course of their retirement. And right now, depending on your age and your situation, that window may be closing faster than you think. Most people don't even know this window exists. And the ones who do, many of them still wait too long to act, and it quietly closes on them. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what this window is, who it applies to, what the math actually looks like, and what you need to do before it's too late. Hey everyone, welcome back to Wealth Logic. I'm Clara Morgan. If you're new here, this channel is built for one purpose, to help you make smarter retirement decisions, backed by real numbers, not guesswork. Today, we're talking about Social Security timing, specifically a scenario that could mean the difference of tens of thousands of dollars in lifetime income. And I want you to stay with me through the full video, because the window I'm describing isn't the same for everyone. And by the end, you'll know exactly which side of this you're on. Let's start with the foundation, because before we can talk about the window, you need to understand how Social Security timing actually works. When you claim Social Security matters enormously. Not just a little, enormously. Here's the basic structure. You can claim as early as age 62. You can claim at your full retirement age, which for most people born in 1960 or later is 67. Or you can delay all the way to age 70. And the difference between those options isn't minor. Let's put real numbers to this. Say your full retirement age benefit, your benefit at 67, is $2,000 per month. If you claim at 62, you'd lock in a permanent reduction. You'd receive around $1,400 per month. That's 30% less. Forever. But if you delay claiming to age 70, your benefit grows by 8% per year past full retirement age. That takes your $2,000 benefit all the way up to about $2,480 per month. So let's compare those two numbers side by side. Claiming at 62, $1,400. Claiming at 70, $2,480. That is a difference of $1,080 every single month. Now let's think about what that adds up to over time. Over just 3 years, that gap represents $38,880 in additional income. Over 5 years, $64,800. And that's before we factor in cost of living adjustments, because Social Security is inflation adjusted, which means that gap compounds over time as your benefit grows each year. This is where the $40,000 figure comes from, and for many retirees, the real lifetime difference is actually much larger than that. What the window actually is. So what exactly is the window I'm talking about? The window is this. There is a specific age range and a specific financial situation, or acting now rather than later on your Social Security claim can meaningfully protect or grow your lifetime income. And this window is not the same for everyone. Let me explain the two situations where this window matters most. Situation 1. You are between 62 and 65, and you have a modest portfolio. Here's the scenario I see come up again and again. Someone retires early, maybe 62, maybe 63, and they decide to delay claiming Social Security because they've heard that waiting leads to a higher benefit. And that's true. Waiting does lead to a higher monthly check. But here's what gets missed. While they wait, they have to pay their living expenses from somewhere. And if your portfolio is modest, let's say $300,000 to $400,000, funding those gap years entirely from your investments puts enormous pressure on your money right at the beginning of retirement. And this timing is the worst possible time to be making large withdrawals from your portfolio, because this is exactly when sequence of returns risk is most dangerous. Sequence of returns risk means that if the market drops in the early years of your retirement and you're making large withdrawals at the same time, you lock in those losses. And a depleted portfolio never fully recovers, even if the market bounces back. So in this situation, the window is not about waiting. The window is about recognizing that claiming Social Security earlier can actually protect your portfolio because every dollar Social Security provides is a dollar you don't have to pull from your investments during the most vulnerable years. Claim Social Security at 62 on a $300,000 portfolio, and instead of pulling $40,000 a year entirely from savings, you might only need $20,000 from your portfolio. That lower withdrawal rate dramatically improves the odds your money lasts. The window here is recognizing this before your portfolio takes the hits, not after. Situation 2. You are between 65 and 69 and you are in good health with a larger portfolio. Now let's flip the scenario. If you have a robust portfolio, say $700,000 or more, and you're in good health with family longevity on your side, the window looks completely different for you. In this situation, every year you delay past your full retirement age adds 8% to your benefit, guaranteed, inflation-adjusted, for life. There is no investment in the market that offers a guaranteed 8% real return with zero risk. Social Security's delayed retirement credits are genuinely one of the best financial deals available to American retirees. But this window closes at 70. Hard stop. After age 70, there are no more delayed retirement credits. Your benefit does not continue to grow. The window is permanently shut. So if you are 66, 67, 68, or 69 right now, and you have not yet claimed, every month you delay is worth real money, and every month you don't make this decision is a month that window gets smaller. The break-even math. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Clara, what if I don't live long enough to come out ahead by waiting? That is the right question, and it's called the break-even analysis. The break-even point is the age at which the total dollars you've collected by claiming later finally equals and then surpasses what you would have collected by claiming earlier. Let's run the math using our earlier example. Claiming at 62 gives you $1,400 per month. Claiming at 67 gives you $2,000 per month. But by claiming at 67, you gave up 5 years of $1,400 monthly checks. That's $84,000 in foregone income. Once you start collecting the higher $2,000 check, you need to recoup that $84,000 gap. At a difference of $600 per month, that takes about 140 months, roughly 11 to 12 years. So your break-even age in this scenario is approximately 78 to 79. If you live past 79, you come out ahead by waiting. If you don't reach 79, you would have collected more by claiming early. Now let's look at the 62 versus 70 comparison. By waiting from 62 to 70, you give up 8 years of $1,400 monthly checks. That's $134,400 in foregone income. But at 70, you receive $2,480 per month instead of $1,400. That's an extra $1,080 per month. To break even, you need to recoup $134,400 at $1,080 per month, which takes about 124 months, or roughly 10 years. So your break-even age when comparing 62 to 70 is around 80 to 81. Here is the key insight. The average American woman lives to approximately 87. The average American man lives to approximately 84. For most retirees, the math of waiting, if they can afford to wait, works in their favor over a full retirement lifetime. But, and this is the critical but, this math only works if the strategy is sustainable. If waiting means destroying your portfolio in the gap years, the higher monthly check at 70 may not be worth the damage done to your savings along the way. The spousal dimension. If you are married, there is one more layer to this that I don't want you to miss. Because for married couples, the Social Security timing decision is not just about you, it is about your household. Here's why. When the higher earning spouse delays claiming and eventually passes away, the surviving spouse gets to step up to that higher benefit. The survivor's benefit becomes the deceased spouse's benefit if it is larger. So the higher earning spouse's decision to wait does not just affect their own monthly check, it permanently protects the surviving spouse's income for the rest of their life. Let me show you what that looks like in numbers. Say the higher earner delayed to 70 and was collecting $2,480 per month. The lower earner was collecting $1,400 per month. If the higher earner passes away first, the surviving spouse stops receiving $1,400 and steps up to $2,480 per month instead. That is a $1,080 per month increase for life that the surviving spouse would not have received if the higher earner had claimed early at 62. Over a decade of survivorship, that difference is $129,600. For married couples, the higher earner delaying is not just a personal financial decision. It is an act of financial protection for the person they love most. This is why the window matters so much for married couples approaching their mid to late 60s. Every year the higher earner delays is another year of permanent survivor income protection locked in. Your action plan. So how do you know which side of this window you are on? Let me give you a simple 3-question framework. Question 1. What does your portfolio look like? If your portfolio is under $400,000 and Social Security will represent more than 50% of your retirement income, the pressure on your portfolio during gap years may outweigh the benefit of waiting. In this situation, claiming earlier, at 62 or 63, may actually lead to a more sustainable retirement. If your portfolio is $600,000 or more and you have other income sources to bridge the gap, the math of delaying begins to work strongly in your favor. Question 2. What does your health and family history look like? If you have a family history of longevity, parents or grandparents who lived into their 80s or 90s, the math of delaying is compelling. You are statistically more likely to outlive your break-even point. If you have significant health concerns or a shorter expected lifespan, claiming earlier may allow you to maximize the total lifetime income you actually collect. Question 3. Are you married and are you the higher earner? If yes, this decision carries even more weight because the survivor benefit protection of delaying makes the case for waiting significantly stronger regardless of your personal health picture. Now, the most important action step I want you to take after watching this video. Go to ssa.gov and create or log into your Social Security account. Look at your projected benefit at 62, at 67, and at 70. Write those 3 numbers down. Then compare the monthly difference and multiply that difference by 12, then by 10, then by 20. Let those lifetime numbers sit with you. Because this is not a $50 decision. For most retirees, this is a $40,000 to $150,000 lifetime decision. And it deserves the same attention you would give any financial decision of that magnitude. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. The Social Security timing window is real. It is specific to your age, your health, your portfolio size, and your household situation. There is no one-size answer, but there is a right answer for you. And finding it before the window closes is one of the most valuable financial decisions you will make in retirement. If you are approaching 70 and have not yet claimed, you have months, not years, before the last delayed retirement credit expires. That is real urgency, and it deserves real attention. If you are in your early 60s with a modest portfolio, the window looks different, but it is no less important. Claiming strategically now could protect the savings you worked decades to build. The $40,000 or more is not hypothetical. It is sitting in this decision, waiting for you to act on it. If this video helped you think about Social Security differently, I would love to know in the comments. Tell me your age and your current claiming plan. I read every single one. I post new videos every week on retirement planning, Social Security, and building a financially secure retirement. If you are new here, please subscribe because the decisions we cover on this channel are exactly the ones that determine how well your retirement actually works. I'll see you next week. Take care.